You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
Welcome back, everyone. We're going to try and cut through some of the digital noise today. Our goal, give you some, really practical stuff, but also maybe some surprising facts, things relevant to your digital world.
Yeah, definitely. We've got some fascinating material. It's a mix today, right? Some web development essentials, but then also some, well, pretty thought-provoking things about AI.
Exactly. It's about pulling out those key insights, giving you clarity on what's important now, whether you're actually building the stuff or just, living with it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's unpack this with something fundamental for anyone building for the web, but honestly, it's often tricky to get right. JavaScript promises.
Yes. Promises.
They're presented as this elegant solution, which they are, but what's the real core problem they solve? What couldn't the older methods quite nail?
That's a great question. They're absolutely critical because JavaScript, fundamentally, it's single-threaded.
Right, one thing at a time.
Exactly. So if you have something slow, like, I don't know, fetching data, or maybe even like that old window.prompt, which just halts everything.
Oh, yeah. Freezes the whole browser.
It blocks the entire application. Your UI just stops. Promises basically wrap up these asynchronous operations. They let them happen kind of off to the side, so your app stays responsive.
Okay, makes sense. And they have those states, right? Pending, fulfilled, rejected.
Correct. Pending, fulfilled, rejected. But, the key thing developers still trip up on is not handling those rejections properly. If you don't chain a .catch or use a try catch with a wait.
Oof, silent error.
Exactly. It just vanishes. And that's terrible for figuring out what went wrong. But the good news is async await makes it so much cleaner.
Oh, yeah. It feels almost synchronous, doesn't it?
It really does. You write code that looks sequential, even though it's doing async stuff underneath.
Yeah.
Huge improvement for readability. Gets rid of that callback hell.
Callback hell. Good riddance. Okay, so that's about keeping things responsive during the user session. But what about, right at the very end? When someone's leaving the page, getting that last bit of data out reliably seems, flaky sometimes.
Oh, totally flaky is the right word. We've all been there trying to send some analytics using, say, XML HTTP request in a before unload event.
And just fails half the time.
More often than not, yeah.
Yeah.
Browsers are trying to make navigating away super fast, so they just cut off JavaScript execution in those unload events. They don't wait for your request to finish. Data lost.
So frustrating.
Extremely. And that's precisely where the JavaScript Beacon API comes in. It's a really clever solution.
Okay, tell me more. Beacon API.
Its main benefit is it gives you a reliable, fire and forget way to send small bits of data. Think analytics, diagnostics.
Fire and forget. I like that.
Yeah, navigator.sendBeacon. It queues the data up with the browser itself asynchronously without waiting for a server response. The browser guarantees it'll try its best to send it, even if the page is already gone or the user slammed their laptop shut.
So it bypasses the whole will my script finish in time problem.
Exactly. It's like handing off a stamped letter to the postal service just as you're leaving town. You trust it'll get sent. Much more reliable for that crucial exit data.
Okay, that's genuinely useful. A nice little tool for the kit. Right, let's shift gears a bit, though, because beyond just making our code better, there's this finding that really makes you pause, makes you think about the bigger picture of how technology affects us personally. We're talking AI now.
Yes, the cognitive side. This is really interesting stuff.
It is. There was a study, MIT, I think, looking at what happens when students use something like ChatGPT for, say, writing essays.
That's the one. And the results were, pretty striking. Students who relied heavily on ChatGPT showed weakened brain connectivity.
Weakened connectivity. Wow.
Yeah. And also impaired memory recall for the material. And even a sort of diminished sense of authorship. Like, they didn't feel they truly wrote it.
Okay, that last part makes intuitive sense, but the weakened connectivity, how did they measure that?
Using EEG scans, they found decreased neural activity, especially in brain areas linked to attention and visual processing, when the students were using the AI compared to writing from scratch. It suggests that when we kind of outsource the generation part, the hard work of structuring thoughts, finding words, organizing ideas, we're not engaging those critical thinking and organizational pathways in the same way.
We're skipping the mental heavy lifting.
Precisely. And the brain seems to respond by, not working as hard in those specific areas it's bypassing parts of the learning and encoding process.
Wow. Okay. So, I mean, what does this all mean then? It's not just about efficiency tools anymore, is it? It's about how these tools might be maybe subtly reshaping how we think.
That seems to be the implication. It's a direct, measurable impact.
So we went from, keeping web apps smooth with promises and getting that last bite out with Beacon to these pretty profound questions about AI in our own minds. Quite a journey today on a vocal technologist.
It really is. And it definitely raises a big question for all of us, doesn't it? As we race to adopt AI for, efficiency gains everywhere, how do we make sure we consciously keep exercising and strengthening our own uniquely human cognitive abilities?
Especially for tasks needing original thought, creativity, synthesis.
Exactly. How do we maintain that balance?
That is some serious food for thought. Something for you to ponder as you navigate your digital life. Until next time, keep learning and definitely keep questioning.
Spoken Tech for your ears.